In his title defense, Israil Madrimov gave Terence Crawford a fair and surprising bout. In the end, the judges gave Crawford the advantage, even though Madrimov believed he should have won more. According to some insiders, Madrimov was so depressed that he may have given up on the sport. Let's examine this. With a valiant victory over Israil Madrimov, Terence Crawford has now added another championship to his already impressive resume. Crawford found the fight, which was for the WBA super welterweight title, to be everything but simple. Judge scores for the fight were twice in his favor, 116-112 and 115-113, earning him the victory by unanimous decision. Crawford's performance was distinguished by his steady activity, good use of the jab, and a powerful push in the later rounds. Notwithstanding Madrimov's remarkable abilities and perseverance, these elements enabled him to win the title in a new weight class. Madrimov, who is well known for his strength, speed, and agility, proved to be a challenging opponent for Crawford. Crawford's challenge was increased by the effectiveness of his straight right hand, especially in the opening and middle rounds. Crawford put a lot of effort into countering Madrimov's momentum throughout the bout with strong body blows and strategic uppercuts. There was no major facial damage, but both competitors had some swelling beneath their left eyes at the end of the battle. Eddie Hearn, Madrimov's promoter, acknowledged the difficult task Madrimov faced by posting his thoughts on social media after the fight. Crawford's talent and perseverance proved sufficient to earn his victory and add another championship belt to his illustrious career despite the close encounter. Eddie Hearn thinks that Madrimov should have received more credit for being the reigning champion because he feels that the scorecards did not do his boxer justice. According to reports from inside Madrimov's camp, Madrimov was upset with the referee's ruling and wanted to give up on the sport because he believed it was tainted and that superstars would receive different treatment from refs. Veteran boxing writer Dan Rafael offered his analysis of the bout, questioning Crawford's chances of winning at 168 pounds versus Canelo Alvarez and criticizing Madrimov's level of action. Rafael contended that Madrimov's reduced activity may have had a role in the outcome and hinted that Crawford could find it difficult to defeat Canelo. That being said, my perspective on Madrimov's actions is different. It didn't seem like Madrimov was just being idle, rather, it seemed like he was getting weary as the battle went on. He suffered a lot in the latter rounds as he got some hard hits because of his relentless movement and high work rate in the earlier rounds. He was probably too tired to continue at his earlier pace. Regarding the Crawford versus Canelo fight, Rafael has good reason to be concerned. Despite Madrimov being just one weight class higher than Crawford often fought in the welterweight category, Madrimov's strength and blows did appear to have an effect on Crawford. This implies that Crawford might encounter even more difficult obstacles in the form of a bigger, stronger opponent like Canelo. It's difficult to see Terence Crawford stopping the kind of blows he absorbed from Israil Madrimov if Canelo Alvarez or another formidable fighter had delivered them. For his next fight, Crawford may choose a rematch with Errol Spence or a challenge at 154 pounds. It makes sense, though, that supporters would be wary of him taking on Canelo. Crawford prevailed in the tactically brilliant bout between the two elite boxers on Saturday night. The entire event, which was planned by Riyadh Season and Turki Alashik, was a huge success and marked a noteworthy first for their activities in the U.S. Additionally, two notable upsets were witnessed. Jose Valenzuela defeated Isaac Cruz, and Martin Bicol stopped Jared Anderson. Madrimov has only had 11 professional fights, but his performance in this one truly showed off his potential and tenacity. His reputation certainly increased despite the setback because of his obvious competence and toughness. Like other elite fighters like Artur Beterbiev, he gained a great deal of experience from the amateur circuit, which is beneficial to his growth. The emphasis on significant amateur experience in the Soviet boxing system, which includes the Uzbekistan school, aids in these fighters' swift adaptation to the professional ranks. Madrimov's skill and dedication are evident in his ability to compete at such a high level in comparatively few professional bouts. The debate surrounding the bout emphasizes how talented both combatants were. Despite only having 11 professional fights under his belt, Madrimov's performance raised his stock because to his exceptional cardio and movement. His tactical modifications and ability to remain active and avoid weariness throughout the bout were amazing. His productivity was reportedly lesser than Crawford's, which some claim hurt his chances, particularly in the later rounds. It was vital for Crawford to be able to adjust and deliver precise, potent blows throughout the final rounds. Despite occasional errors, his performance demonstrated his extraordinary skill and the reasons he is regarded as one of the best fighters. Porter's commentary in particular appeared to be a source of disagreement. Although it's evident that Crawford prevailed, opinions have differed due to the fight's closeness and Madrimov's performance. Crawford's victory was largely due to his adjustments in the later rounds and his more accurate punches, although Madrimov's talent and stamina were impressive. The battle was a demonstration of elite boxing, with both competitors demonstrating their peak performance. It will be intriguing to see the continued discussions over their performances and upcoming games, particularly against other elite players. Despite the fight being close, Terence Crawford's victory over Israil Madrimov was just. Although Madrimov may have scored more rounds overall, Crawford was able to deliver a few more stunning power punches. The fight's pivotal round was the 11th, which shifted the odds in Crawford's favor. Given that there's a belief that Crawford would prevail in a close call, it makes sense why some people could believe that Crawford's affiliation with Turki Alalshik gave him the advantage. But Madrimov wasn't taken advantage of. In fact, Crawford prevailed by a slim margin in a close battle. Competitive in nature, the fight showcased Madrimov's remarkable endurance and footwork. That's no minor effort, maintaining a high pace with continual movement and feints. However, Crawford's counterpunching made Madrimov hesitant to take chances after making good blows. Thus, he found it difficult to follow up on his hard hits. Crawford checked Madrimov with counterpunches every time he delivered a strong blow. Madrimov demonstrated his toughness by taking significant steps to quiet his detractors. Even though he lost, it wasn't a loss that would ruin his career. And with the right changes, he might still have a big influence in the division. Crawford may be a little let down by this fight, even though he has added another belt to his already stellar career. It didn't do much to increase his enthusiasm, particularly in light of a possible matchup with Canelo Alvarez. Despite his ongoing success and titles, Crawford's performance suggested he might not be quite ready for such a high-profile battle. It's annoying that Terence Crawford consistently seems to win close games. Crawford wasn't the best fighter in this bout, and in my opinion, he didn't do enough to defeat Israil Madrimov, who appeared to land more punches and counterattack with effectiveness. Madrimov's right hand and a few short left hooks were among the clean shots he frequently landed. It's